He's the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. He's Johnny Manziel, joining us from New York City. What would you have told yourself a year ago, Johnny, if you could look back knowing what you know now?
A lot has gone on in the past year, but I guess I would have just tried to prepare myself for the craziness that comes after winning the Heisman Trophy.
When you came into our man cave last year, the day after you won, and I said, be prepared because they're coming after you. They're going to nitpick you with your abilities, with everything. Did you realize what I was saying at the time when I told you that?
I did not. I think it's one of those things you can hear it told to you time and time again, but until you live it, until you go through it, you really don't understand the magnitude of it all. But I will sit here today and tell you that you were exactly right.
Well, did I underestimate or overestimate what they were going to do to you?
Probably underestimated.
But if you look at the different, are you a different person or a different player a year later?
I don't know if I'm a different person. I've had to, on a personal standpoint, I've had to just adapt to how life is now, just with life after the Heisman, and I feel like I'm a better football player than I was a year ago.
Did you take, when they looked at you to, it's one thing to be successful in college, and then you have to start looking, how do I get successful in the pros? Will you change what you need or who you are and how you play when you play in the NFL?
I think my skill set is unique and something that can be brought to the NFL. I'm definitely not going to stop pursuing trying to be the best quarterback that I can be. So throughout this off season, whatever plans are down the road, I'm going to continue to try and be as good as I can possibly be and continue to improve in the areas that I need to.
He's Johnny Manziel, the Heisman Trophy winner, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. If I told you weren't going to be a first rounder, you would do what?
I don't know what I would do. It would be a decision that I would have to make with my family and see what was best for me. It would probably mean returning to A&M another year, but it would just see what's in that position. Still have a big choice ahead either way. And I think you've been around guys who've had to make that choice, and it weighs on you both ways, and the pros and cons, and the emotions of wanting to come back to a great school and yet continue on a career on another level. So it is challenging, and it's something that definitely weighs on you a little bit.
Who goes higher in the draft, you or Mike Evans?
I wish nothing for the best for Mike Evans. If Mike Evans were to go higher in the draft for me, I would be the first person there congratulating him. I'm his biggest fan, and I'll sit here today and every day and continue to say that I think he's one of the best receivers in the entire country, and an even better person.
I think you're gone. I think you outgrew A&M, and I think you're ready. I think somebody's going to, if they commit to you in the NFL, is going to get I called you the most exciting player in college football. You're not going to win the Heisman. And I think I know that you probably voted yourself third. So who did you vote first? Who did you vote second? You have to keep that going?
Hush for another week. If I get a chance to come back on the show on a later date, you'll be the first person to get the results.
Okay, how about this, Johnny? How many SEC guys did you vote for?
On total, 2.
Oh, so so you voted for you, and you voted, I'm going to say McCarron. Number 2, and then you voted Jameis Winston 1.
I wish I could tell you the exact order and the exact.
I can't even tell you, but Johnny, I can't tell you my order either. But I will say that one guy that I voted for is not even invited to New York City.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll get you thinking a
little bit.
It was
my first time going through the process, so it was interesting for sure.
Well, you're a veteran now, and plus, there's no pressure with you going to the ceremony, right? I mean, you're having fun.
Absolutely not. I'm having a great time. Family is here again. Heisman Trust, past winners. Just get to spend time with great groups of people. Get treated extremely well here, and love New York City. So I'm here to definitely enjoy the trip.
If I gave you a mulligan, you change anything that happened in the last year?
I don't think so. I lived my life and I learned from that. So it was something that I just kind of took in stride and continued to learn how to live and adapt life after the Heisman.
But you had a lot of, resources here, whether it's celebrities, whether it's a musician or it's a basketball player. Like, who did you lean on a little bit outside of your family circle there when you were going through this to try to understand the process?
Yeah, there was a guy that came to me that I met through the spring, and whenever some of the NCAA stuff was swirling, really helped me just to continue to stay focused. And that guy was LeBron James, guy that texts me every day just to make sure that I was staying focused and focused on what really matters, that my teammates and my coaches and my family were the people who were going to be there to me through that time, and continues to give me great advice even to this day. So a guy I'm extremely thankful for.
Isn't that strange, though? If I told you a year ago, hey, by the way, Drake's going to hit you up or LeBron's going to be offering you advice, what would you have said if I told you that last year when you won the Heisman?
Well, I would have said no way. I wouldn't have believed you in that front.
But what is LeBron? Because LeBron didn't go to college, so his advice with the NCAA when they were swooping in here and people, you had critics, you heard it all. How does LeBron how can he relate to what you went through?
I think with criticism and how everyone was just kind of coming after me, and there was so much criticism. I feel like LeBron is a guy that deals with that every single day of his life, being one of the greatest players in the NBA. Today, he has to deal with that all the time. So, and his is on a much bigger level than mine, maybe. Just with where he goes internationally, everywhere. I mean, LeBron is a superstar, and I felt like he definitely could relate in that regard.
We've talked a lot about this, with what you went through, with the autograph signing, with what guys should be paid. Should they get paid? Should the NCAA be able to take advantage of you? And I said there's only a certain number of guys who should be able to cash in on their likeness. You were one. I don't know how many other kids in college, but I do think it's unfair to you guys. But that being said, should college players be paid, and if so, how do you divvy that up in accordance to who you play for, what conference, and what position?
Yeah, I think if it was something that was could easily be changed, we would have seen something implemented by now. So you're exactly right. It's hard to pick and choose and be fair with it. So I'm sure somewhere down the road something will be implemented, but for now it's a tricky situation with you have schools like Alabama that make so much money off their football program and off their athletics program, and then you have smaller schools that don't. So it's kind of just a sticky situation. You don't really know how to fix it right now, but I do feel that down the road that something will be changed.
All right. Well, good luck with the Houston Texans. I mean, good luck this weekend. And
thank you so much.
And thanks for joining us, Johnny. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me again. It's always a blast.
All right. That's Johnny Manziel.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.